What's going on with the current real estate market? Are we starting to see a shift in the housing market in Middle Tennessee? I've got my honest opinion on this, and stick around until the very end and I'll give you my bottom line advice as a buyer or seller in 2022. All right, let's dive right in. What's up, y'all? I'm Rachael with Epique Realty in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Nationally, we're starting to see a housing market shift. So how does this affect us here in Middle Tennessee? First off, what is going on with home prices and home sales nationally? As far as housing prices go, there were 0 metro areas within the U.S. that did not see an increase in their home prices. Literally every area has seen their values increase over the last year. 2021 was a hot market, and 2022, again, it started off like a fireball. March 2022 has been the hottest March ever on record, with higher sales above list price and home selling even faster. Now keep in mind that inventory is historically low, even lower than last year, which was also historically low. But in some parts of the country, we're starting to see homes stick around on the market for maybe a week, 2 weeks, and sometimes sellers are even having to reduce the price. So why are we starting to see a slowdown in some areas? So first off, rates were predicted to rise this year, but we're already at the level of interest rates that we were predicted to get at the end of the year. So with rates sitting around 4.75% in the majority of areas, what's it going to be by the end of the year? On the other hand, we can't blame the national market entirely on these interest rates. Year over year, we're seeing even lower inventory levels than we did last year. Last year was unprecedented, and this year even more so. And everyone's wondering, are we in a bubble? Is there going to be a housing market crash? And I get it, some of us are seeing flashbacks to 2007. But the thing that's most different now is that people are financially qualified to get into these houses, and we don't have that predatory lending with the variable interest rates like we did back then. I'm really not seeing any reason for there to be a wave of foreclosures, because the people that have been in their homes, even if they do have to sell, they have so much equity in their home that they can pay off their mortgage and they don't have to go into foreclosure. It's just that there's so many buyers here that are eager to get into a home that I just don't see a wave in foreclosures likely. With inflation on the rise, of course, this is a concern for everyone, every area of the country. I don't care where you live. We simply can't afford as much as we could last year for the same amount of money. However, despite the rising price of everything due to inflation, experts are still predicting a rise in home prices. Now, here in Middle Tennessee, we are still seeing multiple offers in those cream of the crop houses, especially in areas that are highly sought after, like here in Murfreesboro, Mount Juliet, Spring Hill, Franklin, other areas in Williamson County. Homes that are priced well, they're selling for 100% or more of their list price. As I said, homeowners are well qualified financially, and Tennessee is really seeing a large influx of people wanting to move here from out of state, as well as people here that just need more space. They want to move into a bigger house. So we're really not seeing this kind of softening of the housing market that some areas of the country are seeing, like perhaps out west. So if you look at similarly really high demand markets, for example, Boise, Idaho, Austin, Texas, their median value on a home is in the mid 500s. So we're still in the 400s here in the mid-state. So I feel like we have some ways to go with our area being such high demand, and we're going to be seeing so much growth over the next few years. I think that Tennessee is going to be a strong market for some time to come. Tennessee is one of the top states as far as incoming residents that are looking to move here. And there's a number of reasons for this. You know, we have a lot of jobs being created here in Middle Tennessee, as well as a lot of people that can work from home. They desire to move to Tennessee, and so they can bring their out-of-state income. Maybe they're moving from a higher cost of living state, and they can bring that income to Tennessee, which they're making more than most people, and they can offer more for the home. In addition, of course, there's always going to be people moving to Tennessee to retire. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon either. So what should you do if you need to sell your home in 2022? Well, as I said, last year we were seeing historically low inventory levels. This year it's even lower. So along with that high buyer demand, you have low inventory. You are more than likely going to get at list price or above for your home if it is priced well. Last year in Middle Tennessee, we saw about a 23% appreciation rate year over year, and I'm predicting something similar to that is going to happen this year. So as a seller, you're still in a very advantageous position. However, I get it. You can't just sell your home and go nowhere. So a lot of times you have to sell your home and then you're going to be a buyer and you're a little bit worried, am I going to find a home to move into? So if this is one of your concerns, just realize that you're not alone. However, people are doing it every day, so clearly there are ways to do it. You really just have to educate yourself. It's really all about perspective. Yes, you'll be buying high, but you're going to be selling high as well. Additionally, interest rates are still advantageous for buyers right now, even though they are increasing a little bit. Because if you compare these mortgage rates to, say, the interest rates on your credit card or other loans, this could still be a lot lower than that. As of right now, interest rates are still historically low, and what is around a 5% interest rate compared to the credit card that most of us have, that can be sometimes an 18% interest rate. So it's really all about perspective. These interest rates are still low. Additionally, if you're worried about buying high, just realize that home prices are likely to rise for the next few years. So this is still a good time to purchase a home. If you're planning on moving over the next few years, I recommend that you just go ahead and plan that. Tennessee is one of the highest in-demand housing markets in the country, and while we are close to the national average in terms of cost of living, the cost of housing is going to continue to increase. What that means is if you do decide to wait, you are probably going to end up paying more later on. As a buyer, to succeed in today's market, you really just need to be aware of all the changes that are going on. Understand that the market you intend to purchase in could be a little bit different than what we're seeing nationally in the housing market. And of course, you want to have the right strategy to win in a seller's market. And you might do the normal things like waiving as many contingencies as you can, come in with the highest offer price that you can, higher earnest deposit, but there are unique ways to get your offer won as well. Give this video a like and subscribe with the bell so that you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. I've got so much more to tell you about life and real estate in Tennessee, so I'll see you at the next video.